Now, just a few miles away from that same Albany County Sharp unit is a treatment center for teens. I remember how scared I was walking into that gymnasium and pulling up a little plastic folding chair and sitting down under a basketball hoop in front of those kids. They were aloof, to say the least, looking at me like I was like I was some kind of hippie getting ready to play American Pie. But somehow, like in the jail, when I started to sing, they started to listen. Of course, they'd throw their hoodies up and slink back in their chairs. But sometimes in an act of truly unbelievable tenderness, and you'd be genuinely surprised at the tenderness that can occur in these places, these triages of the soul, these battlefield hospitals for what seems like an entire generation at war. You'd see one of them risk their whole tough guy image and put their arm around the person next to them when they know the song is really hitting them hard. Well, one of them got hit harder than maybe anyone else in the place. He was a toweringly tall kid. He came up to me and he said, "Hey, you know that song you played? The one about your mom? That song killed me, man. Same thing happened to me." Well, here's the thing about songs. I write a song and I take on a character. Sometimes it's me, and sometimes it isn't. But no matter how convincing of a lyric I write, if it isn't based on some nugget of truth, at least the truth of my experience, it isn't going to work. Now, when this young man, this boy, told me that the same thing happened to him, I knew it couldn't be true. I knew our stories were different, and I know that in my songs, I blurred the lines of fact and fiction so much that for the most part, I've forgotten what's true. But I do know this. I know that when I was his age, I was angry. I know that before I ever learned how to numb myself with a drink or with a drug, I was in pain. I punched holes in my bedroom walls. I put cigarettes out on my arms. And I cut myself with broken glass. And I know that's true because I still have the scars. And I knew when I sang that song that day, and that young man came up to me to tell me that when he was out on a run and he ran out of money, and the snow started to fall, and the temperature started to drop, well, I knew for a fact it was true. That he got on his bike and he ran the 37 miles between Albany and Saratoga Springs so that he could sleep under his mother's porch in the mud with the dead mice. And I knew it was true that when his stepdad wasn't looking, his mother would slip a tent out the window for him with a $20 bill inside. And I knew it was true that despite how hungry or how cold he might have been, he would still use that cash to get high. Now, hearing that story made me want to run home to my own mother and cry. But the truth that I've had to learn is that no matter how hard they might try, there are some things that even moms can't fix.